behind every strong community is someone willing to build. Hello and welcome to Thriving at Altitude. I'm your host, Dave Donahue. Join me high in the Rockies as we explore conversations with entrepreneurs, community leaders, and local business owners who are building, growing, and thriving right here at Altitude. Welcome to Thriving at Altitude. Today we have Shelby Lewis, personal chef and owner of Eat Dank Food, services in Vail and Aspen area. And thanks for being here so much today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Tell us, when did you originally come to the Vail Valley? What brought you here?
I started when I was 19. I randomly applied for a Craigslist ad of all things to help open the 10th for Chef Paul Wade.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he was supposed to do that with Vail Resorts, but
Okay.
yeah. So I just on a whim was like, do you want to help open a restaurant at 10,000 feet? And I was like, sure, yeah, I'm 19. So hopped in a car. I was living in San Francisco at the time, and drove out here and. He kind of taught me the ropes. I had no idea what I was doing.
Okay. Now you do.
Now I do.
What was the first sort of realization you wanted to be a personal chef?
I'd worked in restaurants. I went back to San Francisco after working for Chef Paul here, and I came back and worked for Tracy over at Foods Vail, and was like, I really enjoy the fact that I could do front of house and back of house. I feel like not a lot of chefs necessarily want to do that, but I like engaging with my clients, and it allowed me to be creative and make my own menus, have a little bit more control over my time. So, yeah, I started that when I was like 23.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about the origin story of Eat Dank Food and how that started.
So Eat Dank Food started as a food blog, I think I was probably like 21, 22, and just kind of, when I was off work after line cooking, I'd either come home or on my days off and kind of come up with these crazy wild ideas. And I'm from the East Coast, like South Jersey, outside Philly.
All right.
And on the East Coast, we use the term dank as kind of a term of endearment, something you're like, oh, that's like really good. I just had the dankest burger.
Yes.
So it started off as that, and then slowly I transitioned into doing a food blog is a lot of work, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just make Eat Dank Food my private chef company. So yeah, it kind of evolved into that naturally.
I do remember the sort of origin of the word dank, and I think it's also generational.
Yeah.
Because when I'm from the East Coast too.
Yeah.
And we would use it as something that was great, awesome.
Yeah.
And then when I was in the West Coast in Oregon and California, same thing, especially like west of the Rockies, maybe even more.
Yeah.
It's a cool term. People know that it's like a step up.
Yeah.
But it's also unique, and you have a unique name, a unique brand, so that seems to fit.
It does, yeah. I feel like half of my job is educating people like what dank means, but over the years, when I first started, it really was, I had to educate people, but now I get voicemails and people are like, we want dank food, and I'm like, people get it.
Yes, exactly.
They're getting it.
And it's almost good to have someone question something, then get the response and definition. Yeah. Because then they remember it. Yeah. If you're just like Foods Incorporated, you know, like no one's gonna remember what the uniqueness is or something like that. Yeah. But when you think of Eat Dank Foods, you think of Shelby Lewis.
Yes. I'm like sometimes I go around, people are like, are you the dank food girl? And I'm like, I'm the dank food girl.
I just talked to some guys who are next door here in one of the shops to make sure the parking was okay for you and everything. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh yeah, we know Shelby. So you've got some fame now.
Yay!
You can use that to your advantage. Yeah. How do you customize each experience? Different style guests, different menus.
So I usually, rather than just hand out a blanket statement of here's my options, I really, really find it important, and I have since the beginning, which is probably takes more time than it should, but I'd rather make it custom. So I want to have a conversation with my guests. I'm like, hey, what's the event? Grandpa's birthday is different than a bachelorette party.
Yes.
Where are you from? What time of year is it as far as seasonality, so where you're from, if you're from New Orleans, you may not want shrimp and grits. You probably eat that a lot.
Good point.
I'm not even going to offer you that unless you really, really like that. Seasonality, I'd really try to use local ingredients as much as possible. And then, dietary restrictions, which I do a lot of. If you want to have a 5-star dinner party, I don't want it to feel less if you're gluten-free and dairy-free.
Right.
So I definitely try to gather all that information, and then usually within each course category, like say there's 5 courses, I'll give usually 15 to 20 options, which seems like a lot, and it is, because I'm also playing around with stuff.
Not too bad. Not more than a normal menu that you walk into a restaurant.
Yeah, not too crazy, but and then sometimes people are like, oh, we just want to pick it ourselves, or sometimes people will pass it around their group and they get to vote on it, and that's really fun because then it's theirs. It's their menu.
Amazing. I saw a lot of local proteins.
Yeah.
And using sort of Colorado-based elk and some wild meats and things like that.
Yeah.
Why those over the more standard and traditional meats?
First of all, I really enjoy it. I love game meats, and I think when people come to Colorado, they want to have kind of that Colorado experience. They want to feel like they're in the mountains.
Yes.
And it's also a chance to give people something that they may not have had before.
Right.
Some people are like, oh, I've never had quail. I've never had elk. I've never had, and that's really fun for people to, if they don't like it, fine. But almost always I feel like I can spin them around. And
yeah. FYI, I do love all those.
Drop us some samples.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's always fun. I always want to taste the different parts of the state and all the different unique chefs and their take on everything.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What styles of other food has influenced you as a chef and influenced your menu recently?
So growing up South Jersey, I feel like I go back to being a 90s kid a lot and doing nostalgic riffs on things and making it more elevated.
Yeah.
This past weekend I did a peanut butter and jelly riff on a scallop.
Cool.
Which sounds kind of weird, but it was it's just kind of a fun challenge for me. I lived in New Orleans when I was 18, and so definitely love that Southern flair. Went and lived in Healdsburg, California, so kind of that fresh, bright, focusing on local ingredients, growing it at times. It's really awesome to be connected to the ingredients. And then coming here, working for Chef Paul, kind of high alpine, modern American. Went back to San Francisco and worked for a chef that did kind of a Japanese Southern fusion, but tasting menu only. So Spanish, I worked in a Spanish restaurant, whole animal butchering. So the what's your favorite thing to make thing is very hard for me, more so than I feel.
Sure.
A little. I'm like, what do I feel like making? What am I inspired by? Sometimes I go on a fermentation kick, or let's make weird jerkies. It's just kind of whatever I get inspired by, and that's the beauty of me kind of being my own boss, and I'm going to make my own menus.
Oh, cool. That all sounds delicious. And I love the experimentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it fun.
And you got to do an experimentation on the show Chopped.
I did.
And that was contest format. And you always hear Hollywood has a certain format, you're signing a waiver and all the things so that they kind of funnel you into their programming.
Yeah.
But it still had to be a pretty cool experience.
Yeah.
Because you kind of don't know, kind of like what you're saying, you don't know the ingredients you're going to get ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then you fire it up. Tell us about that one.
I will say, for anyone that ever wants to do it, you can't study for it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I tried. It doesn't.
Okay.
What if they give me this or this? And you come up with a little cheat sheet, and it's all out the window the second that the lights go on. But I will say that probably the least stressful part was the show itself, because you don't have time to think. You're just okay, this is what I do, go. It's the leading up to it and being what am I going to make? What are they going to give me? It was definitely a really cool experience. I'm not sure if I'll do it ever again.
Yeah, that seems like a one-time thing.
My mom always wanted me to be a childhood actor, and
Okay.
I didn't apply to go on Chopped. They reached out. I went through all the things, and then they were like, "Oh, like you made it through." And then I was like, "Oh, I gotta do it now."
You take your time. Is it in LA or is it?
They do it in Brooklyn.
Oh, they do it in Brooklyn?
They do it in Brooklyn.
Okay, that makes sense. I was just back there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I've got family there.
Cool.
And I can see that because that's where a lot of the hip trends are starting.
Yeah.
And that's so funny. That's great.
Yeah. It was fun. I'm glad that I did it. It was definitely, a little bit of stage fright from the childhood acting thing. My mom.
Yeah.
A little bit of trauma there.
That's
but
all
no,
right.
it went well.
No, you did great. That's a fun experience.
You can't win them all.
No, absolutely. No, I'm sure you learned a lot from, you know, if you had, gone further on, then you might be, in a different path, but not necessarily a better one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely down the road, I feel like I'll be doing my own little cooking show or something, and that'll be my wheelhouse.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite dishes you like to incorporate in the classic versus dank? I saw the two choices on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, I definitely like the nostalgic. When I talk about nostalgic, like upscale, that's usually what I'm doing when I'm talking about more classic. Like doing something. I'm trying to think of like instead of doing like ribs, I'll do like a pomegranate molasses glaze, with like pickled orange, and that's, they're like, oh, okay, like I don't know maybe what pomegranate molasses is, but like I know ribs,
Yeah. We're going to find out.
Yeah, and then, doing something like dank is more so, that's something that I would like get excited about for more adventurous people, like doing a chicken fried quail with a guajillo chili hot sauce and some cotija,
Cool.
That's something for a little bit more adventurous. But I feel like there's a bridge between the two because if you've contacted me, you love food. So you're probably willing to try something a little bit outside the box.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I saw the spooned scallops.
Yes.
That one looked delicious.
Thank you. Yeah, that
It's already got a utensil to eat it with. That's great.
Yeah. That came out. I feel like I've had a couple chefs who are like, "You're crazy. You're doing raw fish crudo for Aspen Food and Wine." I was like,
right.
I am. They're like, I would never. Why would you do that? I'm like, I didn't know you shouldn't do that, but it came out wonderful.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah, kind of like a Thai cashew sauce, which was a little thicker, so it almost had the texture of like a chicken liver mousse.
Okay.
With a thinly sliced U10 scallop, cucumber, green grape, and shallot relish with a little rice vinegar, and then a pistachio dukkha, which is like an Egyptian, like crunchy Egyptian spice on top.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So we had instead of Thai peanut sauce, I did cashews because I figured less people were allergic to.
Oh, that's a good call. And cashews kind of have a cool flavor too. That's a lot different than peanut necessarily.
Yeah, again, more elevated. It's fancy.
Yeah, you have so many combinations. Do you just kind of like wake up at night and you're like, ooh, do you have like the 5 new combinations ready?
I do.
Do you use other tools or resources to like know what's gonna work, or just experiment?
I would say it's definitely a lot of experimenting at home, but I like my idea of a day off is like going to like get like a bunch of cookbooks, either like the library or ordering some, and just like sitting in a coffee shop and just kind of like reading for a couple hours, honestly, and just getting ideas. I'm not like stealing dishes, but being like, oh, that's a cool concept. What could I do with that? And obviously like social media and stuff will give you an idea, but I just kind of think about my background and things that I've had in the past. My mom's Polish, so I'm like, oh, could I do like fancy like pigs in a blanket with like cabbage? I grew up eating lots of, instead of pancakes, my mom would do like blueberry crepes. I'm like, okay, how can I do a riff on that? Because like that's something that makes me happy. And my mom.
Awesome.
It's all about mom.
Yeah, moms influence everything.
Yeah.
For sure. And having the comfort around food growing up and then being able to transfer some of the good experiences later.
Yeah. She was the hostess with the mostest, so I definitely feel like I got that from her. Just, wanting to share something that if you love what you're doing, people are going to feel it and they're going to taste it, So.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us about Aspen this last week. I know you did an event, and what was that all about? And have you done a lot of events like that?
So I did Aspen Food and Wine this week at the Classic, which was awesome. I had really only done like Taste of Vale before, which was about like 700, the mountaintop tasting. It was like 700 duck birria tacos that I had done for that.
700.
700, just 700.
700.
Just 700. So this one was a little bigger.
Yeah.
Friday was 900 people or 900 tastings, and Saturday was 1,200 tastings. So I definitely, this is working from restaurants. You call up your chef homies, the people you trust and really want to work with, that you have fun working with. And I had my buddy Mata and Joel and Marty, and we just cranked it out. Took a lot of organization, especially because I don't usually do things this big often.
Sure.
But yeah, I think I was really proud of the food that came out, and we had fun with it. You know, I had my old chef, Chef Paul Wade from the 10th, reached out, and he was like, "Just remember, just have fun with it." You know, and I'm like, "I will always," because it's my job to make sure my team's having fun, and I'm not in a restaurant anymore. This is mine. If I want to smile and dance and put food out, I will.
Yeah, you should.
So, yeah, it was definitely a little bit hectic, but, you know, like once it's like, okay, like the gates are open, like you're just like happy face on, and we didn't have any hiccups with food. So I was really proud of my team, and yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Especially when people are hungry and it's an event and things are moving fast.
Yeah.
That's where you might need the team compared to the one-woman show.
Yes.
Which is where most of the work's happening.
Yes.
But then you're adding other people or joining other people.
Mm-hmm.
How's that dynamic different between doing the by yourself versus having the team with you?
You know, I do often have, not always, but often do have like some chefs with me, but I don't usually have that many chefs with me, which is really nice to have had like a core group of people where I'm like, I'm not like, here's like the execution plan, do it, and I don't have to worry about anything because I can trust them, you know, and that's so important to me. Like, people always say don't hire friends and family, and I'm like, well, I like pretty much only hire my friends and family, because they know like don't mess with me, and they respect me, and they know that I'm gonna treat them well, and I'm gonna try to enjoy myself the whole time with it. So it was just really nice to have people that were behind me that I could just rely on, and they were just like, okay, what do you need? They're like, you need to be in front talking to people. Like, we are your minions. And I'm like, that's like, thank you. That's really nice. Because I'm usually
you can do either side, but it's fun to be in the front.
Yeah.
And be out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Got to connect with the people.
Yeah. You're a woman of the people.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
And you've had some collabs with some bartenders as well, and the beverage side of the business is so interesting as well.
Yes.
So if you're doing a private event or a private personal chef experience.
Yes.
How do you usually approach the beverages with the food?
So we've had lots of like bartenders in the past. Recently I've been working with Sarah Lore. Glitter Shaker by Sarah.
Yay.
She's great, wonderful. Hire her.
Shout out. Yes.
Shout out. But you know, and it's been really great working with her because, you know, I'll come up with a menu. I'll kind of come up with an idea of either wine pairings or cocktails and ask the client what they're thinking. But then it's nice to be able to kind of pivot with her and be like, hey, Sarah, what do you think? You know, like I have my som, Sarah has her som. But she's just been doing this for so long. Like I used to work with Sarah like way back in the day, and I trust her, and I'm like, my wheelhouse is the food. Like I can make cocktails, but like your wheelhouse is cocktails and wine, and like you take the reins with this, and we'll offer a couple different price points of what people are thinking. And we just recently did a dinner for 18 people, and it was really nice because we did a couple cocktails, but we did a wine pairing where each wine is for the woman's husband's 40th birthday, and each wine had like a sentimental aspect to it, so which was really sweet. And she nailed it.
Really personalized for that couple's experience.
Yeah.
And then bring that to the table with the wonderful food.
Yeah.
And that's magical.
Yeah. And I want people to, if things take a little bit more time, that's okay. because it's so worth it when you get there and people were like, oh yeah, we had this orange wine here, and he remembered it, and like that's really great. So
cool. Yeah. Orange wine.
Yeah, orange wine. Yeah.
I think of mimosa or sangria.
Yeah.
Something similar to that.
It's got some little like orange blossomy kind of floral notes, and so I tied that in. I did a pistachio tiramisu, which I do all the time, but this time I did a little like whisper of orange blossom in it. So the wine paired with the pistachio tiramisu, and it was really great. So yeah, I'm trying to work with Sarah as much as possible, and I also have a staff of on-call people that I can call when she's not available.
Okay, great. I just realized there's a phenomenon when you're talking about food. I wasn't hungry before. Now you talk about some of the ingredients and some of the pairings, and my brain just goes right to the dopamine center of that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I want to eat that.
Eat Dank food.
Yeah. Where can people find you right now? What's the best place if they want to book an experience?
So you can go on eatdankfood.com or Eat Dank Food on Instagram, Eat Dank Food on Facebook. If people want to reach out, they can DM me. I've had people book or do whole weddings through Instagram before, which is kind of hilarious and awesome. But
yeah, it's the power of social media.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm always on there. I don't have a social media manager because, I want to be in control of everything.
You're good at it. I've seen a lot of it, and it's amazing.
Thank you.
In fact, it might be some of the first things I see every day in my feed.
Yeah.
It takes the pain out of any doom scrolling.
Yeah.
And it's always fun to see what you got going on because there's always action.
Yeah.
There's always a lot happening.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what does the future look like? Are you going to... location-wise might be hard to say. I mean, Vail Valley is amazing.
Yeah.
But you've spread out a little bit to Aspen and some other surrounding areas in Colorado.
Yeah.
Would it stay similar where you can do personal chef work down the road, or do you have any other bigger plans? Not necessarily that you have to, but what do you see yourself doing in like 3 to 5 years?
I definitely still see myself in the Vail Valley. But as I was saying, I split my time, kind of not living, but between here and Aspen, because I lived over there for a little bit, and I have a lot of clients. But I'll go to Breckenridge. I find in the summer I get a lot of people that want me to go to Buena Vista for micro weddings.
Oh, cool.
I'm micro weddings.
Cool.
I'll try. I've had people fly me places. I'll kind of go wherever, So, but definitely staying in the Vail Valley. I love it here so much. I missed it for the 2 years that I was over in Aspen. And as far as what the future holds, I've had offers for restaurants, and I don't know about the restaurant unless it were like soup Nazi 3 days a week during a couple hours.
Yeah, the soup for you.
But I am working on. Stay tuned. Maybe next week I might be doing like a little kind of like free pop-up thing, kind of celebrate after Aspen Food and Wine. Oh. We'll see. I might just do like a park thing. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to try to do some pop-ups and maybe partner like with some local breweries or distilleries this summer, just to kind of get my food out there. And yeah, we'll see. Maybe down the road. Every year I think that I've done something and I'm like, that was wild, and then something else happens, so who knows?
It is hard to predict, but we know what you've done so far has been amazing.
Thank you.
So I foresee more amazingness.
Thank you.
In your future.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, it's so nice to have you here today, Shelby.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks again for coming.
Absolutely.
For thriving at altitude.
Yeah.
Keep thriving.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bring snacks next time.
If you have any questions about any of our guests or want to be part of the show, please email me at davedonahue@kw.com. Feel free to reach out.